Y'all watch the Word on the Street.
Word on the street. The word on the street.
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 Word on the Street TV, all right?
That's right, Word on the Streets, we're back. That's right, each and every Wednesday. It goes down 7 o'clock p.m. each and every Wednesday. That's right. You can find us on WODS, Word on the Streets on YouTube. You can find us on WODS, Facebook, also Instagram. Any type of social media there is. That's right. Word on the Streets Live. We're back each and every Wednesday. It's going down. Make sure you log in. Word on the Streets Live.
I can't look at you like that, but you know, peace out to the streets. You already know it's the Word on the Streets, baby. Let's get poppin'.
Hey, what it is? It's your homie Young Jock, man, right here, big kick on my homie.
Gorilla Zoe. I thought you were gonna say G Money. He said G Money. I know the fuck.
You ready?
Yeah, well, that buzz.
Hey, what it is? It's your homie Young Jock, man.
Your boy Gorilla Zoe, man. What's happening?
And right now you tuned in to Word on the Streets, man. If you're watching us right now, we want to say appreciate it. Hey, G Money, keep getting that paper, man.
Word on the Street, dog. If I read, I fuck with y'all, man. Y'all keep everything good over there. I'm gonna be the with you in a minute, dog. 100.
Hey, it's your boy Big Tig BT in the building. You checking out Word on the Street, you understand me? And the Word on the Street is, if you ain't watching this, you better be watching me.
Okay, KK, this your boy Lil Scrap and G's up. Get your T's up. Hey, and the BMB click.
What up, this your man T-Mac, straight out of Polk County. We do it real big down here. And you listen to Word on the Street. Straight from it, man. Chill.
What's up, Orlando? This your boy Marvin Dixon, the commissioner of comedy. That's right, I'm in the politics of the game. The commissioner of comedy, Miami Zone. We'll be right back, right here on Words on the Street. Make sure y'all check it out. Don't go nowhere, because I be here.
And the question is, what strategies do you propose for promoting economic development and job creation within District 5?
Great question. I currently manage small business development for the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority, which manages the Orlando International and Executive Airport. So I have experience there too, people. So you get somebody good on May 21st. But listen, when you talk about policies, especially that are coming out from Tallahassee, that are potentially going to ban DEI, which will trickle down to and jeopardize programs like the MBE certification programs. That's very scary. So we need to be proactive at the city level and not reactive. So I'm very proud of my work as a state representative to have supported home rule, which says you can't make blanket legislation in Tallahassee for all 67 counties. But that's why you elect city and local officials so they can make the best informed decisions for the residents that they're closer to at home. So when you talk about policies that are potentially going to be banned, I would like to see the city of Orlando adopt a LDB or a local development business program. which will allow carve-outs for certain projects to go straight to local and minority small-owned businesses, so we can get our share of the pie. So that's something that I have a plan, and I'm ready to implement that plan on day one.
Mr. Hope.
Yeah, my plan on economic development for District 5 is twofold. Yeah, the city has resources, and there are things that we can utilize to, to enhance our financial situation. But I'm just going to be honest with you. I've been here for 56 years, and the city hasn't done enough, and they have a lot of barriers in place that stops us, our community from being able to develop and stay at pace with the rest of the city. So, I think that it's really up to us. It's up to us to get together. It's up to us to find ways to make sure that, we're, spending our money amongst ourselves. We're supporting our Black businesses. That alone solves a lot of problems. It solves the problems with our youth, because, once you get 16, 17 years old, you're not invested, you're not inheriting anything, property value isn't going up. So all of these things, we're gonna have to do amongst ourselves, just to be honest. I mean, yeah, the city has things, and we wanna make sure to be certified and contract with the city, and glean some of that as well, some of the revenue that's generated in District 5. But, our main priority is going to have to be us doing it for ourselves.
As I mentioned before, skills building is going to be critical to our economic growth and development. And I think that when we have opportunities for people to learn trades and to be able to expand their knowledge, and also to make sure that their businesses are viable, because just because you have a small business doesn't mean that you have a plan for your small business. So one of the things that I would like to implement as commissioner is ensuring that the current small businesses have the correct infrastructure and the correct plan in place for their business to grow and actually actualize profit. Beyond that, I have connected several people to the Southern Technical College, which helps with assisting people with trade knowledge. I also work with an organization called Altruistic Beauty, which teaches women how to facilitate med spa types of training. And I think that's really critical, because it's a $1 billion industry in the beauty and the med spa industry. And it would be critical to allow young women to have the opportunity to learn something other than what they have typically been going into. So I look forward to implementing that throughout the district.
Because I'm the youngest person up here, I've been a business owner for 40 years in the Paramount community. So I know what it's like to run a business in the CRA zone, downtown development zone, and everything. But the key factor, only reason why we shut down is my mom passed away. So we were successful. So I know what it takes to be a business owner and be successful. But I want to make sure we're not looking at just the city to help us. That's why I keep going back and saying there's other avenues out there. We have 67 employees. That's why I talk about the environment. The environment. The president put $355 billion aside. There's money out there for job development. If you really want a new job or want a new technology, come talk to me. We're looking for remediation. We're working with the workforce. We're looking at how we can do different jobs, not just the same old thing. But we have to look outside of just the city and then make sure we hold them accountable for programs. So I know what it's like to be discriminated against when you're in business. So the most important thing is finding those dollars, making sure we communicate and share that information. So once again, I'm the youngest person up here, but I've been a business owner for 40 years, and I'm grateful and thankful for that. Thank you.
Youngest next to me. Youngest only next to me. Mr. Moran.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely happy to. What strategies do you propose for promoting economic development and job creation within District 5?
Thank you. So I think it's most important to make sure, just going back on my other points, is transparency. Because we do have a lot of growth programs. We have a lot of resources in the city. I, as a nonprofit leader, have worked with many entities such as Career Source and other places that are case management at different places downtown even that will help you get there. But what I think was missing is that kind of connection to the communities, that kind of relay to the people and the youth. Like me, myself, I have done programs that have been at Jones and Evans High School. And I know for a fact when we went out there and passing out information to those kids, they did not know about it. Their parents did not know about it. They did not even see other options other than sometimes athletics or going to do something that's high profile. So it's bringing it back to them, making sure they have that exposure, making sure that they're at that table, and making sure that we meet them where they're at. I keep saying that because a lot of times people are not getting in the rooms because we're not helping them get in the rooms. If you have that knowledge, it's our job to relate to the people who don't, and make sure we kind of hold their hands a little bit to make sure they get there, because once they get there, they can multiply others. So one of my biggest things would be to have those programs brought to different centers around District 5, not just in Paramore, not just in Mercy, but in every neighborhood, in Carver Shores and more. And making sure that we also make this digital, make sure that it's people that can see it online, they can do it at their own leisure and not have to inconvenience themselves, and make sure we're at that table. If we're not at that table, I will rally and fight to make sure we're at that table.
Thank you, Ms. Rose.
Education is the key to success, and that's what we're missing right now. Educating the community about the programs that are available. Right here in District 5 is Orange Tech, where you can learn vocational skills, you can become a nurse, and there's training opportunities. Connecting to small businesses means education. We need to teach our youth and expose our youth to other opportunities. Graduating high school and going off to college is not everyone's choice, but we need to be able to connect our youth and connect the community to other opportunities to be able to fill an economic gap, to be able to have jobs, to be able to create families, to be able to have affordable housing, to keep a roof over their head and protect the community. I have a master's degree in public administration and I have a bachelor's degree in business management. So I have the best of both worlds. I get the private side on how to run a business and I get the public side on how to run a government. And so it's being able to merge those two educational platforms and say, how do we create opportunities? How do we work together with the people? How do we have the same platform and let's all come together? I think we have to start the telephone game like what it used to be back in the days. We have to start using our journalism. We have to start reaching out to the newspaper, reaching out to the news. The same way we reach out for events like this, we need to be able to say, look at what we're having. Look at what Orange Tech is having. Look at what the different organizations are doing. Career Source is a great tool that I work with here in the community with my nonprofit Change for the Community to be able to, especially with our youth. I do Career Source. I partner with them to do youth internships. So we have to make sure we're giving everyone opportunities, education, and we're information sharing.
Thank you. This final question for the panel, and then we'll move into questions from the audience, and we'll go back up to the top and start with Mr. Hope. The question is, what is your stance on environmental sustainability, and what initiatives will you champion to protect our natural resources in District 5? And this is 1 minute and 30 seconds.
I guess my issue, or my solution for sustainability, I know that the air and the air quality in Orlando, and especially in District 5, you know, they built the highways through District 5, I-4 and 408, and so, you know, there's a big issue with that we're not aware of. So, you know, we need to require businesses and other organizations or what have you to, I guess, abide by environmental policies and whatnot. And I think the city of Orlando, I'm not very, very familiar with this, but I think the city of Orlando is developing that so that, you know, these issues can be brought up and we can deal with these issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dunlap.
Some of the environmental issues that I think are critical to District 5. Well, first of all, how many of you know that construction is not going to stop anytime soon? Right? So the environmental issues that currently exist in District 5 will likely probably exist. However, what's most important is that we educate and inform residents to understand more about how we can navigate around the current construction and the current environmental issues that we have. I think that listening to the assessments from the professionals who deal with this issue will be very critical as well, and making sure that we're able to, again, get mass information out to all of our residents as to how they can protect the environment, how they can better utilize reusing and recycling as a method to ensure that our district is efficient and effective.
Thank you, Ms. Dunlap.
No, I did not write that question. However, the environment is our life, is public health, is who we are. I see nurses in this room, but we've been fighting to save District 5. We're not getting funded by the EPA because we're the best quality of air. We're the best when it comes to water. We're getting it because we're in the 98th percentile of the worst air in the country. And we have the worst water in our country. So it's here. We lost a national wetlands, John Young. We lost 6,700 trees. We fought for 5 years. We lost to the city of Orlando. That's why you have man-made flooding. So I'm telling you, the environment is your pocketbook. The environment is your health. It's your wellness. It's the most important thing we need to talk about. And we need to put it first because it intertwines in everything that we do. So I wouldn't be certified with the EPA till September 18, 2027, if we're not doing and getting the information and owning the data. So we're out here sharing that information with you, but you need to understand, come on, join the team so we can make sure we get additional funds and make the changes in our community, especially the BIPOC communities. I would love the support of everybody that's listening and those that you can reach out. The reason why I'm running because I all about integrity, but more so I know that not just integrity matters.
You know, when it comes to environment,
I would love the support of everybody that's listening and those that you can reach out. The reason why I'm running because I all about integrity, but more so I know that not just integrity matters, leadership matters, but representation matters. The key factor is Gelsa is ready to walk in and serve the community because it's something I believe in and something I have been doing all along. My agenda as far as the things that we need when it comes to the environment, youth programs, transportation. You know about me in police relations. I'm always there. I've been saying we need to change the use of force metrics. I'm not afraid to speak up for the voiceless. But now I need you to give me a voice to represent you as your next city commissioner. Because you can reach me at 407-953-5599. I'm approachable, but LaWanna Gelsa is ready because she's prepared to go in and do the right thing for our community and bring the dollars to our district. Because we're well deserving and we
can't change the
I would love the support of everybody that's listening and those that you can reach out.
So one of the things I want to commend Mayor Dyer and the commissioners for is creating all City of Orlando buildings to be LEED. That means that they are leading the way and leading the charge in environmentally friendly buildings. So as commissioner, what we'll do is work on policies that continue to tell developers this is what we want to see. We talk about living walls,
mixed-use zoning, which would adopt mixed-use zoning regulations to encourage impact and walkable neighborhoods. Green building standards, the city of Orlando has already adopted a green policy, but implementing green building standards and incentives to encourage sustainable design practices. Green infrastructure development, we should be investing in green infrastructure development. Look,
but I am Travaris McCurdy, born and raised right here in Carver Shores, educated in Orange County Public Schools, beginning at Orange Center Elementary, which is in District 5. Look, I'm from this community. I'm a resident of this community. I love this community. I've had the fortunate pleasure to serve this very constituency as a member of the Florida House of Representatives from 2020 to 2022. Say what you will or want about that. Prior to that, I served as a legislative aide in the Florida Senate. So I have experience on the state level, understanding governing. I majored in political science. I got the textbook knowledge. I have the lived experience. And I think we really need somebody that's ready on day one to take the helm of District 5. There are some great things that were happening, that were in place in District 5 that we want to see continue. There are some things in queue that we want to see get across the finish line. And that's why I'm just saying, let's get the job done. Let's get across the finish line. Let's do this together. I want to do it with you. I promise in my first 100 days to go on a listening tour to every neighborhood from the business district, the Paramore, Callahan, Rock Lake, Lorna Doone, Sunset, Mercy Drive, the Willows, Malibu, Timberleaf to Metro West, because I want to hear from everyone. I want people to feel inclusive. And that's why we don't have a lot of participation in this process. That's why this race is going to, that's why they're counting on this race to have low turnout and somebody to probably win with less than 1,000 votes, because they don't expect you to come out and vote and have a say. But I tell you what, there can't be any laws, there can't be any rules or ordinance or anything that's passed that will affect District 5 that won't affect you, whether you do or don't vote. So you want to have your voice heard. I hope you have confidence in me. Visit TravarisMcCurdy4Orlando.com. Get to know me. And I hope that I have your confidence and your vote on May 21st.
Your vision.
Shining sun. Thank you for the sunshine. Okay. Shining sun. Thank you for the love you brought my way. Shining one so true. I love you.
The rest of your question. Thank you. Do you have any answers to address homelessness? And if that's your question, if you want to fill in the gaps, you can come see me and I'll get it right for you. But answers to address homelessness. Does anyone have any answers to address homelessness? Yes, just. I don't have an issue with that, but it's going to be Ms. Fran. It's her show, so. Okay. It seeing no objection from Ms. Fran, we'll go ahead and you can do that.
I'll go ahead and answer first as I grabbed it. The homelessness issue, I would address it by working with the entities that are already here, like the Christian Service Center, the Coalition, the Homeless Service Network. I myself have been working with transitional housing companies and nonprofits with these people in these rooms, with the HSN, with the Christian Service Center, and working with the City of Orlando in the past to work on programs that work for people who are homeless. I think that one of the best things they did do was when they went person to person to the tents and got a way for them to get out of the tents and get off the street. It was a very short-lived program, but I think that we need that same kind of initiative, that same kind of push. And I think we need to work with people, not just to get them off the streets, but to get them into a different lifestyle. And that comes with employment, it comes with resources, and it comes with more. I'm not sure how much time I have.
I refer to them as houseless individuals. Most of the people that we've surveyed and participated with different organizations, there's a multitude of things, but the rising population of homelessness or houselessness is seniors because they're being priced out of their homes. They can't afford their own fixed income. So mental health is one, but the city just allocated $25 million to serve 5 different organizations within the Paramore community to deal with that. Some of us agree with what they were going to do. But let's look at something else. I've been fighting for tiny homes or modular homes, homes that are not traditional homes, the brick and mortar, but there are homes that are 1 bedroom that people can afford. So it's looking at other ways to bring not affordable housing, but sustainable housing is something different. But the city of Orlando in Paramore owns 33% of that 1.4 mile community. So we got vacant lots. So let's have pilot programs to do these types of things, to address these issues. So let's change the zoning. Let's make sure we can do what's necessary to bring a different type of housing into our community.
All right.
I live on Paramore, and when I walk right out my front door, you know, I can experience the interaction between homeless and, you know, citizens. There's a couple of things that's real easy. You know, people have to be housed and people have to be fed. You know, and I'm just going to be blunt. The coalitions and the places that feed the homeless, they're in District 5. So as long as we have those in District 5, you know, the homeless is going to be in this area. You know, like I said, this is a concerted effort to dump the homeless in District 5. So, well, my solution would be, you know, Central Florida and major corporations like Disney, Universal, and all of these companies, they can solve this homeless issue at any particular time if they wanted to, because they definitely have the money to do it. But because it's being dumped in our area, you know, who really cares about us? And you know how we feel. So you know, when I get in there, you know, the other districts, they're gonna have to share in this responsibility. You know, and these companies, but these companies are gonna have to share in the cost of it, and we're gonna have to reallocate something.
All right. All right.
Well, how I plan to address the homeless issue, that it's an issue that will take the entire council. And I'm sure a lot of people here, because you're here, that this ain't breaking news to you, but you know, just a month ago, the governor of this state signed a bill banning local municipalities like the city of Orlando from allowing homeless people to sleep on public property. So we should be criminalizing homelessness, that we should not be criminalizing people for not receiving the resources that were promised to them. We have an obligation as their leaders, as their neighbors, to take care of the least of these. That's number one. We should be finding best practices. I said I'm not an expert on every issue. We have to not talk to you, we have to talk with you. So that's why I also mentioned that in my first 100 days on a listening tour to all of the communities to know how we plan to address this issue together. My name is on the ballot, but this is our race, people. And the issues are too critical and too important for us. We have to get this right this time.
There is a current term called housing insecure that also relates to those who are in the ALICE profile and the homeless population. And I think we need to definitely speak to the idea of expanding programs that already exist for those who are housing insecure. So with that, the city of Orlando has a bridge housing program that focuses on housing those who are in critical need of housing and making sure that that is a viable option for them. So we need to continue to expand that throughout District 5 and citywide. But then too, we need to be relying on the partnerships that already exist and who are already making those efforts and creating opportunities for people to find the housing that they need. I absolutely agree with Ms. Gelzer that tiny homes is definitely the way of the future and is something that we need to be looking at.
So it's one thing for everyone to stand up here and talk about what they will do, but you have to experience it. I had a stint of my life in a period of my life where I was homeless. So everyone can talk about how do you solve it, what's the solutions, but you have to talk to the folks who are experiencing it and say, what are your needs? There's billions of dollars of development that's happening in this community. We have to make sure that the individuals who are unhoused in our streets have access, have opportunity. How do we fill the gap? How do we address mental health? How do we address drug habits? How do we address social issues? We're all going through something. There are plenty of people right here in this community who are one flat tire away from being homeless, not being able to pay their bills. So we can talk about what we're gonna do. It's about how have you experienced it. Can you say, it was finances for me. I didn't know how to budget my books. So there is financial literacy options. There's a lot of banks, and there are major banks right here in District 5 that we should be collaborating with and coordinating with to be able to get people the access and the resources that they need.
So as a branding professional, my career is as a public relations consultant, and I've worked with organizations all over the country. I've worked with lots of different corporations. I have sat on a variety of boards, and because I've had that purview, because I've been able to see it from that perspective, I'm asking the residents of District 5 to give me the opportunity to lead District 5 in a position where we're able to see the fruits of those executive decisions. I want to make sure that when we come into the room, when you're represented in the room, that there is nothing's left on the table when it comes to what it is that the residents of District 5 need to advance their neighborhoods, street by street. I want to make sure that people understand that I'm going to help as much as possible to bring skills training and job placement, especially for people who need second chances and for returning citizens. I want to make sure that people have opportunities to work and to live in a better way, that in a way that they envision their lives to go.
Townhomes, and this community land trust. We had community meetings to explain to everybody what it would do. We even filed a lawsuit to prevent that from happening in District 5. It was District 6 at the time. Now it's District 5, because we understood the value of ownership was your land. Right. And so we lost that battle. And we lost that battle, and I want to let you know, it's not being done anywhere else but in communities of color. Yeah. And when it is done right, the people are part of it, and they're not the ones that are not getting it. Oh, okay. I'll pass it on. Anybody else?
Yeah, I once lived in Pandana, right there on the Orange Center, and right across the street where Ms. Gelser was talking about the townhomes that they're building there. And I went to some of the meetings back then, and I just thought it was, crazy. If you're gonna invest in ownership of property, you should, as, property, everybody knows that property value increases. You should be able to, increase your wealth and investing in your home. And so, yeah, I did a little research on it at the time, and I just thought it was a very bad idea. I don't support it. I understand the intention is really to make housing affordable and whatnot, and give everybody a step up. And I took advantage of it over there in Pandana, where you can step up, with lower rents and whatnot. But, to invest your money in a home like that, no, I don't agree with that.
Before we go on for Madam Timekeeper, are you giving them a warning or is that the end?
Have you been injured in an accident? If so, always remember to call a doc first. Call a doc first has been serving and helping Central Florida clients for over 14 years. Did you know that in the state of Florida, you have 14 days from the date of your accident to seek medical attention for injuries? In that case, always remember to call a doc first.
We watching Word on the Street. It's Miss Bodacious.
This Vicky.
Come on, join us at 7 o'clock every day.
All right, check me out. This Vaughn at Jerome Clean Cuts Barbershop. You can find me on Instagram at 407 Vaughn. But keep it locked in to Word on the Street live every night at 7 p.m. Yeah.
Hey man, Matt YSL Shaw coming at you live, man. Y'all check out Word on the Streets, man. Every day, 7 p.m. Ain't it right? 7 p.m. every day sharp, man. Check it out, man. Matt YSL Shaw signing out. You feel me?
Yo, this your doctor, Jungle. Over by Jerome Clean Cuts.